Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Was Banished but also given his heritage and land. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my other channel as well. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins 13 years after the QB attack in Konohagakure no Sato, inside the Hokage office where Tsunade Senju and Jiraiya were both present. They have just come out of a council meeting and they were not pleased with the council and their demands. I can't believe the lot of them. They have the gall to ask me to banish one of my own. How can I do that, Jiraiya? I know, Hime. I know. But to be honest, I think that is the best option they have given us. As Tsunade looked towards Jiraiya and for a moment was shocked. What do you mean by that? Are you saying that I should banish Naruto just because he failed to get Sasuke? Yes, it is best for Naruto. What are you talking about, Jiraiya? Make some sense before I beat it into you. Look at it this way. Naruto has done everything a human can physically do, possibly, to appease its people, to make them believe that he is not what they think. Did he or did he not? As Tsunade looked towards Jiraiya with a serious expression. Yes, but... No, let me finish, Hime. They are not gonna believe in him. I have learned that much. No matter what Naruto does, they will always undermine him. And I have just a plan to turn it around and make it in our favor, and especially Naruto's. Tsunade's eyes narrowed as she leaned in. How? Just in the next meeting, do as I say. Call Naruto. And so, after a few hours, another meeting in the same day was held, and Naruto, who was bandaged up and was still recovering, was called. As he looked around the whole council members, and in front of him standing Kakashi Hatake, his sensei Jiraiya, his other sensei, and then Tsunade, his Bachan. Naruto Uzumaki, the council has decided before your arrival. Due to the failure of retrieving the Sasuke Uchiha in the retrieval mission and getting injured alongside the rest of your teammates, we have all decided upon your punishment for failure because an asset was lost. The rest are to be sent to hard labor for a month. You are going to be banished though, because you were the one who confronted him. Naruto's eyes widened. What? Why? I really tried. You can't do this to me. As Jiraiya walked forward, before the council could walk, I'll explain things to him. Leave this to me, because I know if I do this, he will understand. Why? Why do I have to understand? Said Naruto, taking a step back. Naruto, listen to Jiraiya-sama, please. This is for the best. This meeting is adjourned for at least half an hour until Naruto Uzumaki is explained everything in my office. And so Jiraiya and Naruto was allowed to leave. Naruto arrived following Jiraiya inside the office. The whole way there he was numb. Why was he being banished? What did he do to deserve this? Just because he failed? No. His dreams, his hopes, everything was slipping away. And once both of them arrived inside and Jiraiya closed the door shut, Naruto finally dropped his mask and began to cry. Why are they doing this? Why are you doing this? I honestly am trying my best. Can you not see? Don't cry, kid. It is in your favor that we're doing this. Look, the council wanted you to be banished, regardless if you have achieved the task or not. As Naruto's eyes widened, what? If you had returned with Sasuke and if he was injured, which I knew would have been possible, you would have been banished for hurting the Uchiha. And you know what happens when you fail, so there was really no other way. Yes, the council is fed up with you, Naruto. But it is a good thing, because I am now seeing for what the things are. No matter what you do, kid, they won't believe in you. But Gigi, your Gigi was wrong. He had hopes, so did I. But both of them are gone now. Look, it is for the best. Hime and I have come up with a plan that I've been thinking about. You have proved that you are more than ready to take what rightfully is yours. What do you mean by that, Jiraiya? Your heritage, kid. It's time you learn about it. Your father, mother, and what they meant for this village, and especially to you. As Naruto, eyes widen. You know them? Know them? Of course I do. Your father was my student, making you my godchild. Naruto's eyes widen at this revelation. How did you got that toad wallet? As now Naruto suddenly remembered, it was given to him by Gigi, saying that it was a gift from someone. Wait, that was you? Yes. Sensei took the duty to protect you from within, while I took the duty to protect you from the shadows and outside, because of the enemies of your parents. Who were they? You see that fourth stone on the Hokage monument? Naruto's eyes wide. You can't be serious. I am. You are the son of the fourth Hokage, Naruto. Minato no Mikaze, the yellow flash of Konoha, was your father. Naruto's eyes widened. You're not joking, right? No, why would I? You have his hair, his eyes. Why would I lie to you? And you have your mother's features, her personality, the loudest and the most, happiest woman I have ever met. Kushina Uzumaki, the liveliest of them all, and the most rowdiest as well. You know you are known as prankster from hell, but she was known to be the prankster of queens before you. As Naruto let out a hollow chuckle. Must have been good, huh? Yes, it was. But that's not all, kid. They left a lot for you. They had a lot of savings to build a huge family. But unfortunately that was cut short, as you can tell. Yeah. They have left you a lot of fortune, and a lot of heritage, and a lot of land as well. Land? Heritage? Fortune? What are you talking about? Your father had a lot of scrolls. Your mother, on the other hand, she had way more a lot. She was given by Mito Uzumaki-sama, the wife of the first Hokage, all the heritage of the Uzumaki clan. You basically have a whole archive of your own, kid, waiting to be opened. It was kept by Sensei to be given to you. You will be banished, but our condition will be that you will be given all those things. The council have no other choice but to agree because they don't know about it. And once everything is given to you and legalized, you are free to go. But where would I go? Kid, you have your own land. Go there, build a home. Start a new life. I will always be watching you, protecting you from the shadows. As your godfather, that is my duty and job. But when will I see you? As Jiraiya had a sad smile. Little less, but you will see me, Naruto. What about Hiruka-sensei, Kakashi-sensei, and the others? Yeah, about them, said Jiraiya with a sad smile. It's best if you avoid them. Because knowing Konoha's council, they might ask them to hunt you down. But they can't because we are solving that problem. Really? Yes, Naruto. And so, Naruto returned with Jiraiya to the council now. I accept the punishment. As the council members became boastful and even began to celebrate, but that is when Tsunade said, "Their agreements have been met, and as it is said, the boy's heritage will be given to him. And for that you must sign, all of you, this document. It is with the approval of my seal, the seal of the Hokage which can't be reversed, and the seal of the daimyo from the land of fire." And with that, they all signed away. The only people who read this was, in the end, the elders, which was given that document in the last. As they read it with a frown and in the end signed, because they knew what Tsunade was doing. Is this the only document? No. There will be 3, one submitted to the daimyo, one kept in Konoha for record, and one with Naruto at all accord, and one with Jiraiya in case anything happens. I see, you came well prepared, Tsunade. Of course I did. I mean, if you can prepare your own, so can I. And with that, it was said and done. Naruto Uzumaki has 2 weeks to leave. Before that time, he is to recover and sort his things out. And with that, it was agreed upon. Now Naruto was about to leave as the council left. Come to my office, Naruto, said Tsunade, and she arrived first there. As Naruto arrived with Jiraiya, Tsunade was looking outside the village, her back towards Naruto, as she began to tremble. I'm sorry, kid. I failed you. No, Bachan, you didn't, but I did. As Tsunade turned, she had tears in her eyes. I didn't want this to happen. I had no other choice. I wish there was some other way. As she hugged Naruto, keep that necklace close to you. You hear me? And don't you dare die like an idiot out there. I won't. I promise. You know me. I'm Naruto Uzumaki and I, as Naruto broke down as well. This was really happening for him. His dreams, his vision, everything gone. He was given a blank slate now, with the previous one yanked from his hands by Konoha itself. And the news, thanks to the civilians, spread everywhere. As with Konoha 11, what? You mean to say that Naruto-kun is getting banished? Said Hinata, as Sakura was also shocked, because Ino was the one who came running towards them in the hospital room where the Genins were recovering and told them this. This is not right. Not right at all. You guys are also being pushed to serve in 1 month of hard labor for what you have done, said Ino. I can't believe this. All because of Sasuke this is happening. Naruto getting banished. All of you getting punished. This is not right. You didn't do anything wrong. You tried your best. As Sakura nodded. This is wrong on so many levels. As Hinata began to cry, breaking down. No, I can't allow this to happen, she said and turned around her heels and began to run. Hinata-sama. As Neji then gritted his teeth trying to get up. Lay down, Neji. You can't do anything, said Shikamaru, the only one who only had a finger that was broken and was still standing. You don't look so surprised, Shika, said Choji. Our friend, he's getting banished. I know, Choji. I know, but what can I do? What can any of us do? We are all kids, Genins, without any power or without any say. Something has to change about that in the future then, said Kiba. What do you mean by that, Kiba? Asked Sakura. We are the fucking claners of the future. With that power and strength in our hands, we will have a vote and say. And once that happens, we will make sure that Naruto gets justice. As Neji and the others looked towards Kiba, and there was a huge silence. What? Did I say something wrong? As Akamaru yipped, wagging his tail, and then Ino with a shocked expression then said, You know, Kiba, you might have said something quite genius for the first time in your life. Yes, that is true, said Neji, but for the time being we need to comfort Naruto, see if he needs anything. But before that could happen, the door slid open and Naruto walked in. I kind of ran into Hinata. Is everything alright with her? She kind of hugged me and gave me a kiss. Before saying that, she would bring me back and ran away. Is that what she did? Said Ino. Yeah. Forget about that, Naruto. How are you feeling? I don't know, honestly. I just got told that I was being banished, but I guess it will turn out for the best. Best? What about your dream, Naruto? What about our rivalry? Said Kiba. Well, I guess you have one less rival now, Kiba. God damn it, Naruto, you're giving up? Just like that? What can I do? What can I do, Kiba? The whole council wants me gone. Some of the shinobi side as well. Look, it's best, I guess. I also didn't want it to believe it at first. But I'm coming to terms with it. I came here because I have 2 weeks. And let's make most out of them. Because I'd rather spend that time with my friends and loved ones rather than thinking about what could happen in the future. And so, that is how Naruto's time went by in the blink of an eye. It was a tearful goodbye as Naruto's friends, Tsunade, Kakashi as well as Jiraiya was standing there. As Sakura was the first to begin. I'm sorry, Naruto. It's all my fault if I haven't asked you to make that stupid promise. It's alright, Sakura-chan. You didn't knew. And then Naruto, one by one, had a talk and conversation with his friends until it was turn of Jiraiya. Remember, kid, you now have some cards. This is the least I can do for you. And I will always be there if you need me. The Toads won't cut off your connection. But I thought they were loyal to Konoha. Loyalty, yes. But they know what's right and wrong. And you have been wronged. But you were always family. Remember that. As I am, Toads are your family as well. As Naruto smiled and hugged Jiraiya. Thanks, Grandpa. That was one word that Naruto said that shocked Jiraiya and made him freeze. Anytime, kid, said Jiraiya, patting Naruto's back. Now run along. As Tsunade gave him a hug. If anything is needed by you, whether it be medical or anything else, just call me, okay? I'll be there. I know, Machan. And then it was Kakashi. I'm sorry, Naruto. For what, sensei? I failed you as a sensei. I favored Sasuke over you and it costed you a lot more. It's alright. I forgive you. But remember what I told you, I feel it's alright, you don't need to. It's not your fault. I know you were asked to, right? Yeah. But that doesn't mean that it's alright, sensei. You don't need to. I'll be alright on my own. Besides, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the most unpredictable ninja. Konoha or no Konoha, I'll still be the Kage in the future. If not of this village, then of my own. And with that, Naruto waved goodbye and began to march straight towards the map that was given to him by Jiraiya. News of his banishment finally spread out and reached the ears of the newly in training chosen Kazekage, Gaara. After the whole ordeal, he was quite calm, and his calmness was something that shook Suna, and not only that, his genius mind as well. And that is why he was under training to become the new Kazekage. And just now, he was told of what has happened. What? You mean to say Naruto is being banished? Yes, Gaara, said Kankuro. He has been banished already. I heard that he was given a piece of land in his heritage as a settlement and he's going there. Find out where that is, please. I wish to go and meet him. While this was being said, on the other side, Naruto, after a week worth of travel, was finally there. So this is the place, huh? Looks a bit weird. As Naruto walked closer and closer, and finally, his hand touched something that was invisible. Because in front of him was ocean and he, before reaching it, was touching something. Something is here. As Naruto easily walked inside, and what awaited him there was the ruins of the Uzushiogakure. As Naruto stared at that place, wow, there was a whole village here, and it's gone. Naruto had a flashback in which he was told that in the second Great Shinobi War, the Uzumaki village was destroyed by Suna, Iwa, and Kiri and Kumo combined. It was a dark time. some of the Uzumakis were the only ones that survived, his mother being one of them. As Naruto then said, what place could have been? As Naruto then set up a tent and then laid down to rest in the ruins of his own village, his own land that was given to him. Time passed. As 3 days went by, Naruto was outside and fishing. That is when he saw someone approaching. A bunch of people. They wore the headbands of Sandwich, and in front of them was Gaara. As Naruto smiled, "Hey Gaara, what are you doing here?" "Naruto, I heard what happened. How are you doing?" "I'm doing fine. Come inside, I'll show you my village." "Your village? But weren't you not banished?" "Yeah, I was, but I was given my own heritage and land. Let me show you my home, where I am staying currently at. It's not pretty at all though. Let me warn you ahead." And so they went inside, only to find that Naruto was staying in a small tent and in the ruins. "How are you living here exactly?" said Temari. Yeah, I still am thinking about it. I honestly don't know, to be honest. I have all the means, but I can't build stuff." "Jeez, are you that dumb?" said Kankuro. "Hire someone." "Wait, yeah, I can't do that now." "Why didn't I thought of that?" As the three siblings exchanged looks of worried expression. "Are you sure you will be able to live on your own, Naruto?" "Hey, I might look dumb, but I'm not dumb, okay? I'll be able to live on my own. You don't need to worry about me, Gaara." "But I am, since we're friends." "Aren't we?" "Of course we are," said Naruto with the most biggest smile one could ever give. As Gaara relaxed and said then he extended his hand as the future Kazekage. "If you need anything, me and my village will be here to help you and your home, whether it be protection or anything else." As Naruto shook his hand, grabbing it firmly. "Of course, I know. Thanks, Gaara. You know you can stay and all that. I'll get some more tents from the nearby village, you don't need to." And here, using the sand ability of his own, Gaara was able to make a sand structure, a dense one, in which Naruto could live for the time being. It will hold at least for a month or so, before turning soft. "Thanks, Gaara. Now I have enough time and, means to find someone to build this all." "Who are you going to ask?" said Temari. "Now that you've given me this idea, I think I might know." As Naruto had a smile on his face. And after that, 2 weeks passed as Naruto was now standing again in a place he had been before at, the land of waves. But it was different. The place looked much more quieter than before, way too much quieter. He walked around and finally arrived at the village through the bridge that was built in his name, and knocked on the door. And once it was opened, a much more older Tazuna came out. "Ah, Naruto, you're here again. Come inside, please." "Hey Tazuna-san, what's going on here? Why the sudden change? Everything looks quieter. Is everything alright?" "Yes, that is what we believed it to be. Turns out building a bridge and connection doesn't solve all of our problems. We basically have currently no contract. None at all. Konoha might be allied to us, but they're not offering anything. They're only taking. And that is why we are suffering silently. The money that we were recovered from Gato has been running out dry. It's soon gonna run out if we don't do anything sooner or later." "What about the other villages?" "They won't work with us because Konoha, most of the villages don't like it." "Then how about this? I hire you." "You what?" "Listen, I have a plan, okay?" As Naruto began to explain to Tazuna about his situation and what he was aiming to do. After listening to the boy with wide eyes, Tazuna then said, "Are you sure you are okay with us?" "More than ever. I know how you work, Tazuna-san, and you are perfect for it. Tell you what, if you want, you can move in there as well. It'll be much better. It has a sea nearby and all the fishes you can eat. You don't have to worry about the food sources, if anything, at all. You serious? Of course I am. I own that piece of land. You can live there. You're basically paying us to build our own homes. Yeah, of course I am. I have tons of money. And I know what I'm gonna do with that. I'm gonna build my own village and be its Hokage. You mean Kage, right? Yeah, said Naruto. And with that, Tazuna within days informed the whole team of his and the whole village. People were eager because it was Naruto, the one who rescued them before. And overnight, a huge migration happened. And they all landed in the ruins of the Uzushiogakure. They were shocked that this was a land that once belonged to a strong village that was taken out by 3 villages combined. Are you sure we... Yes. If anything, my people would have wanted this. I know for sure. I am going to make sure that this village lives again. And you all will help me do that, I hope. Of course. And with that, the construction began. Naruto just didn't sit around. He made sure that he was involved, whether it be planning, laying out the maps, and the layouts. And in the end, the construction began. The materials were bought from the cheapest vendors that Tazuna knew in the land of fire, stone, and other reforms. And slowly but surely, the village was constructed, and finally, it was added to the map. After 3 years of construction was finished. Naruto was 16 now, and the newly appointed Uzukage of the Neo Uzushiogakure village that was established, which was a shocker to everyone. Back in Konoha, it sent ripples of shock because Uzushiogakure was their ally at first, but now it was at the helms of a boy who they have banished, which meant that they were no longer allies. But the Land of Fire still had good connections to it, so maybe through them they could do something. While on the other side, Iwa, Akumo, and Kiri were shocked as well, because their ancestors have destroyed this village and now it was reborn. So, they sent out delegations. At first, Naruto treated them well and told them that he did not want it any more. And secondly, they better not start any. A bit of warning added in as well, and then he sent out fishes which they were able to catch through the shores. And then, Naruto knew what he had to do. Thanks to Tazuna by his side, Naruto was informed that he, aside from focusing on the shinobi aspect, should focus on the economic aspect. Due to them being near the shore, they could build a port in which they could be able to catch fishes and all sorts of things which they can export. And so, that is what they begin to do after buying some ships and putting them to good use. Since it was Naruto's money, Naruto Fishing Company was established, and Naruto, being the CEO, hired a lot of people, civilians from within his own village, and put them on the deck. And so, the trade began. Suna was also moving towards Naruto and his village. So was the previous villages such as the Vegetable Country and the Snow Country, which Naruto has helped alongside his team. Jiraiya was also helping from the shadows. So could be said for Tsunade, who was happy for him. Naruto's friends, once they find out, they were quite shocked and happy. Kima was a bit pouty because in the end, even after being banished, Naruto was able to become a Kage first. Not Hokage, but Uzushigakure's Kage, Uzukage as it was called. But in Konoha, the council, they were quite stressed. Uzushiogakure has been our ally. Naruto or not, we need to establish that fact. The boy has owed us, and we need to take what belongs to us back. You want to take back a land that was reconstructed. Why didn't you take or claim it when it was ruined? Because you knew there was no point using it, said Tsunade. Remember that I am a half Uzumaki as well, and I would never want anything to happen to my village and my ancestors' land. Neither would have wanted Mito-sama, my grandmother. As Danzo remained quiet. But Danzo is right, that village was our ally, before Konoha decided that it was best if we send it out blade, which led to the destruction and death of the Uzumakis and the Uzushiogakure. This is Neo Uzushiogakure, the new one, under Naruto's rule. He is the only Uzumaki prince currently that is leading the village as the Uzukage. The Land of Fire Daimyo has a good relation to Tsunade. We can use that. Try your best, but I don't think the Land of Fire would agree because his grandmother was also an Uzumaki woman. Are you sure you want that? As now the council was quiet because they knew, since the Daimyo's family has a tie to the Uzumaki village itself, they would be more than happy to willingly side with them rather than Konoha on this, because if Naruto disagrees, the Land of Fire would do everything in its power to make sure Konoha wouldn't do shit. So they were cornered. While this was going on, Orochimaru and his town village also heard the news, and they were quite intrigued. My oh my, isn't this boy some surprising one? I'm quite shocked as well, Orochimaru-sama, said Kabuto Yakushi. Naruto Uzumaki, a boy we thought to be dumb, was able to build a civilization of its own. Yes, indeed. I was able to build through my own means, but he started it. What should we do? Should we? No. This is something that is to be observed, Kabuto. That is to be preserved. It is beautiful in its own right. Orochimaru-sama, said Kabuto, quite shocked. What? I am a scientist, a person who wishes to study everything, aside from a shinobi. And this is the start of a new civilization. What we can learn from it by observing it is too much and fascinating. Make sure we are keeping an eye on them. That is all I'm going to do for now, because there will be a lot of interesting developments. If anything, Karin Uzumaki, who was seeing this, was happy and in tears, and she came to Orochimaru-sama. I am grateful and all that you saved me, but I beg of you, please allow me to go back to my home. My grandmother is buried there, my family is there. I wish to see if their graves are intact. I wish to move there. It is a great idea. You will be our ambassador there. Naruto might not have liked me, but knowing you and Uzumaki, he would. All you have to do is send progressive letters, and you will inform Naruto that you are informing me. Because I have to make clear to the boy that I am not a threat. I'm just a keen observer. Well, this was a conversation. In the far back, leaning against the wall with arms closed, was Sasuke Uchiha, who was quite cold outwards, but in the end he was quite jealous. He made sure that Naruto would never be able to stand up against him, challenge him, but here he was, finding his own happiness before him, and that stung with Sasuke. He was jealous of Naruto, someone who was beneath him in his eyes. While in Akatsuki headquarters, the situation was similar. What are we gonna do with Naruto Uzumaki? He is in our ancestral land, said Nagato. He is doing something I could only dream of. Please, I request of you, find a solution in which Naruto Uzumaki is not killed and the QB is distracted. As everyone looked towards Nagato. What do you mean by that, Pain? I am still with the peaceful plan that we have, but our ancestral home, the homes of the Uzumaki, is being rebuilt. That is something I have to respect, and I can't allow it to be destroyed as an Uzumaki. As Obito or Tobiten said, are you going to betray us? No. As I said, we have to find a way to extract the QB without killing Naruto. Are you sure that there is a way? We are the shinobi world. We were able to find a way to extract. There is a possibility we will be able to find a way to extract without killing. This will solve a lot of our problems as well, if you think about it. Like, we wouldn't have any villages on our ass. As Toby thought for a moment, you are correct. This might put our plans for a hold for a few years, but this is the best solution and outcome. Call everyone back. It's time we go to the drawing board again, gentlemen. But this is a waste of time, said Zetsu. Even if it might be, but that is something that is worth waiting for. Don't you agree? And so a few years were more bought in this sense. Back with Naruto. Tazuna's miner came rushing, who was clearing out a debris in a nearby cave that was also attached to their land. Naruto-sama, Tazuna-sama, there is a cave in which there is a lot of iron ore. Iron ore? Chakra metal as well. We can use that into developing weapons. I know some blacksmiths that are within us. This could help, said Naruto, who was currently learning throughout this all how to master Fuinjutsu arts. He was also being helped by Jiraiya through the toads wherever he got stuck. Jiraiya was also happy to see that Naruto was learning about his heritage aside from just rebuilding it. And he was also passing it down. Inari and a few other generation who had potential were chosen to become the first guards and shinobis of that village. Their only job being on the defensive and protect the lands. And Naruto had also found a bunch of girls who were quite genius when it came to learning and mastering and creating Fuinjutsu arts, and they were able to create barrier seals that were shocking, and Naruto was making sure that they were put to good use. He wasn't putting anyone down. Whoever had anything to offer, he was willing to take, and because of that, the small village that he was able to build, the small civilization, it was knit tight and close. The allies of Naruto were a lot of villages such as Snow Country, Vegetable Country, and Rice Country even. And now it was Orochimaru from the shadows. And in the end, somewhat Akatsuki, because of Nagato and his attachment to his ancestral home. Because every Uzumaki has been taught to respect it. As Karin arrived, Naruto welcomed her with open arms. Nagato also visited. Knowing who he was, Naruto listened to his side of story and in the end sat down and talked to him. I just don't understand why you have to do this. Because we want to end the wars and suffering, Naruto. Then we can. Through peace. Peace is fragile, as things are. What if the peace you are trying to sought, something happens to it, something goes wrong, what then? You will be the cause of millions of death. That will not be peace, that will be, if anything, a suicide. You may be right, Naruto, but that is the path we are following. I am happy to see that you are building something that we all have lost. I'm proud as an Uzumaki of you and what you have done and achieved. It is your home, Nagato-san, as it is mine. It is always open to you, if you ever need to find a way back home. Thank you. With that, Nagato left. Karin stayed. She told Naruto what and why she was sent there. And Naruto was quite a bit shocked and hesitant a bit, but in the end he agreed to trust Orochimaru. And Orochimaru, he was more than pleased and keen of his decision because things were turning out to be great. Naruto's development and new finds were quite adding up. And now this new mine that Naruto was able to find in the lands, it was turning out to be quite profitable because the Iron Country was going through a crisis. Their biggest ore mines, they have collapsed. A lot of people were dead inside. And the supply chain was affected badly. Even in their own country, Naruto, seeking that chance, stood up and began to offer his own iron core, which was a bit more high quality as it turned out to be, and harder to mold into a weapon, but once molded, it will rarely get rusted or broken. And people demands increased. Even in Konoha, it was a highly sought item, because Higurashi was able to acquire some ore thanks to the Land of Fire at high prices. He was building weapons from there. Only kunai still, because for the time being a katana was not possible because of the high prices, but only in Konoha. As for the rest, it was a bit higher but still bodyable. As Naruto and the small village was making fortune, he began to look forward to increase his population and talked with Tazuna, who gave him the idea that he should talk with other villages like them, who were also struggling. And with that, Naruto found the people that were struggling and brought them in. The village of Uzushiogakure began to grow, and as Naruto reached at the age of 20, it was already at the size of a nation, a small one, because Naruto bought a new piece of land and also added it into his territory, where a new small city was established, where the trade as well as crops were being grown, which fed the village. Naruto had an aim now, not only to become strong and train his village to become stronger in numbers of shinobis and kunoichis, but also in economy and stability. And to do that, he needed to become self-reliant. He already had food resources from water, but he needed land crops such as rice, wheat, and other stuff. So, using that land that they had acquired, they began to grow heavily agricultural. And thanks to the Fuinjutsu arts, it paid results. Not months of wait, but within days and even weeks. The process was fast and the food was good. And it had a lot of chakra elements to it that cured diseases and added to the chakra core. And that was also a highly sought out item. Now, because of the merchants, they rarely exported, but in small batches. In the meanwhile, they only fed themselves. Other villages were getting quite desperate, but Naruto, he comforted them and told them that he was willing to share, because he was here to make sure that peace was established rather than war. Seeing this, Kumo and Iwa, who were the enemies and the instigator of previous village's destruction, were quite shocked. So much so that they wanted to sit down and have a talk. So Naruto Uzumaki, the Uzukage, was called to a Kage summit with an invitation, and once he arrived, all the Kages were seated down. Naruto was Tsunade and smiled, and she was looking proud as she wiped tears. "I'm proud of you, kid." "No, Uzukage-sama, you can still call me Kid-ba-chan." "Yes, I know, but we are at the table right now." As everyone looked towards Naruto and said, "Uzukage-san, we are more than pleased that you were able to rebuild a civilization in a small time, in a land that our ancestors destroyed. We know what we have done in the past, and we will not ask for forgiveness because that is pointless. It's alright. We can move past the past and look into the future with our hopeful eyes. So tell me, what can I do for you?" Before that, the Iron Country's daimyo then said, "I am more than grateful for what you have done. Not only have you been providing us with that high quality ore, you have also been helping rebuild the mines and extract the bodies of those miners who have died in ours. We thank you for that. It's alright." And with that, Oniki then said, "We wish to establish a peace treaty with you and officially recognize your village as our ally. And not only that, we also wish to establish trade routes. You have some methods of growing crops that doesn't take months. If you are willing to share, we will be able to. I'm willing to share those methods with everyone." As everyone's eyes widened, including Konoha, said Tsunade, "Of course, Ba-chan. I hate the people that did this to me, but only them. There were a lot of people that were kind to me, and if it helps them, I'm more than willing to share. I know still there are a lot of people who are on my side that lives there, including my friends, so for them I will be doing this. I will share all the schematics, the seals, and the methods, because food and water are the basic rights of everyone," said Naruto, shocking everyone with his mindset. And people were pleased. A lot of them. And instantly, by the end of the meeting, all 5 villages and the Iron Country daimyo himself, including the daimyos of the nations that the Kages were representing, offered a peace treaty and deal and were willing to buy the rights on rent per month of the seal and their usage, which Naruto was more than willing to agree upon. which boosted his economy in its own right and also stabilized the whole region, to the point that elemental nations once ridden with war and famine and tough times were now peaceful. Food and water was available to everyone. No one was dying of that. If anything, people were working. People had food, at least on their table, if not a job. And because of that, the villages could focus on other stuff. And that was helping them a lot. In the meanwhile, Naruto, he was being praised like a saint, someone who was God sent. And that is when Jiraiya and Toads realized that Naruto, he is the child of prophecy. It wasn't just a hunch. And he is desperately needed to be protected. Akatsuki, even they were quite shocked. The villages that they have seen with their own eyes with famine, fighting for food, were now happy. And most of them, they didn't want it to go along with the plan because peace was already here. Fragile as was told as it may be, but this was something they could believe in, hope in again. And they wanted it. And for that they defected. In the end, Nagato, Konan, Obito, as well as Kakazu and Hidan and Zetsu remained. And they were pissed that everyone else left. As Nagato said, "Tobi-san, do you not think that you should go and talk to Naruto? I believe if you did, you would see that his methods are working. And if he fails, then at least we will know what we have to do. Please, I'm begging you. For the time being, no. We can't forget the plan. Not now. We're this close." As Nagato, a bit angry, looked towards Zetsu. Using his Rinnegan, he was forcing him to spill out the truth, and he did. Because he was realizing slowly for the past few months that Zetsu was the only one pushing. He might have an agenda, and he wanted to know what. And once Zetsu spilled the whole beans, everyone was shocked. Kakazu and Hidan was still along because one wanted money and another wanted a lot of souls to offer to Jashin, and this was the best outcome. So the three of them joined forces, while the three, Konan, Nagato and Obito, they joined forces as well. And in the end, a Rinnegan user and a Sharingan user was more than to handle for them, alongside the Paper Angel. Using the Chibaku Tensei, Nagato and Obito was able to seal Zetsu and the two of them, because they knew they were immortals and couldn't be killed, so this was the best possible outcome for them. And once they were sealed, they were brought to Uzushiogakure. "You what?" "We sealed them after everything happened," said Tobi, wearing his mask and explaining what they had done after finding out the truth. As Naruto looked towards Nagato, "Nagato-san, if you brought them here, you want us to keep them. But why?" "You have the means, Naruto. The sacred arts of the Fuinjutsu that Uzumaki preserved. Use them." "I see." And so Naruto did. Him, Jiraiya, alongside the others, was now finally able to seal the three of them completely. While Tobi, Nagato and Konan were the ones now remained. Tobi decided to leave. He had a lot to think about. Nagato and Konan, they decided to leave as well, because they had to change the fate of Rain Country because of a friend. Naruto respected their wishes, but told Nagato that this was his home. Anytime he wants to, he can come and visit. The doors are always open, which Nagato was happy to learn. And so he became an ally village once he returned as well. If anything, Konoha was now eating its own words. The food resources that they were enjoying were because of a boy they banished. Many of the people didn't want to admit it, but they had no other choice. The proof was in front of them. As for Naruto and his friends, they were happy. They also have grown into power and were finally able to establish what was they called an alliance of shinobi council members, which had more power against the council of the civilians. They were taking power from them bit by bit. They complained to the Kage, but Tsunade was in the favor of the shinobis and told them to stop bothering her. While this was happening, Konoha was changing from within. An issue came for Naruto. He was of the age of marriage and his people wanted him to marry and settle down because the legacy of his needed to be preserved and move forward. And Naruto was scratching heads. Who was willing to marry him? He never thought about it. He liked Sakura at one point, but she liked Sasuke and he has moved on. And that is when the news reached the ears of a few girls that he has helped in the past. One of them being Kyoki, and the others two being Shion and finally Hinata. Hinata, Shion, and Kyoki came banging at his doorsteps, and Naruto was now suddenly in a mess that he did not know how to get out of, because the three of them were glaring daggers at one another and grabbing him, demanding that he marry one of them. And Naruto requested their villages and their councils to do something, even his allies, but they all just did the same thing. Laughed at his face and told him to deal with this on his own because this was something that they rather not get involved with. Even Gaara gave up on this one. And Naruto, poor boy, was now in a situation where he rather fight the Kyuubi again than to deal with this, because three young ladies who were angry at one another and in a fiery fight for him was after him, which was in its own right quite sweet but also quite scary. And poor Naruto was caught in the crosshairs of it. As this is where I will be leaving this short movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my other channel as well. As this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.